I'm going to clip this on today, I think. Switch it up a little bit. Surprisingly harder to do. Yeah. Okay, so I've finally finished my cut. Hooray, yeah, I want a sticker and a medal, please. So around, I think it was August, I actually can't even remember, but around Q4 of last year, I think it was, I decided to do a mini recomposition after doing what felt like a perma bulk. Now, thankfully, at the end of this bulk, I actually wasn't that fat, essentially, but my body fat was slowly creeping up. I felt like I needed a change, and after a certain point, bulks kind of just don't give you as much results as you might think, because your body will slowly start to adapt to them over time. So I thought, right, now's the time to go on a mini recomposition, and I actually projected to do about 8 weeks. I thought 8 weeks, mini fat loss, why not? And I was completely wrong. So about 12 weeks in, I realized still had a bit more to go. And then when you factor in around that time when I decided to start this mini recomposition or cut, I went on holiday to Lanzarote and basically drank and ate shit for 10 days. I believe we went away to Wales, so we stayed there and ate loads of food and just drank loads of crap, as you do. And then of course, the two biggies, Christmas and New Year's. So throughout this cut, my weight was kind of doing a Mexican wave. I was losing weight, gaining weight. Now, all that being said, when I say gain weight, I don't mean gain body fat, I just mean when the scales kind of blip up. A lot of people think, oh, the scale's gone up, I must have gained some body fat. Whereas in reality, it's normally just, you've had less food and carbs, you put in more carbs and food, you're gonna have more water weight, you're gonna hold more glycogen, the scale's gonna go up, even if you're in a calorie deficit and actually losing body fat percentage. Just bear that in mind if you're doing a dieting phase or a cut at the moment. Now, because of these little blips of extra calories and not quite being 100% on task, the cut took a lot longer than anticipated, and I'm one of those people that like to do things sustainably rather than just yeeting my calories down. Could I have eaten 1,600 calories and got the cut done within 8 weeks? Probably. But what would also happen is my strength, performance, and muscle would all take a massive hit. So I gradually dropped my calories down. I think the lowest I went in the end is about 1,900. Got pretty lean, probably put some B-roll of the condition that I got into around that time. Could I have gotten leaner? Yes. Do I need to? Absolutely hell no. I'm not trying to get on stage. I'm not trying to be on the front cover of a magazine, and I am natural, so the more I cut, the more muscle tissue I'm eventually gonna lose. And Lord knows I need more muscle, right? And that leads me on to what I'm doing now, which is I'm finally back on a bulk. Hooray! I can eat oats and bagels and bananas again. Now, I say back on a bulk. The way I like to do this is I finish my calories around 1,900. I then wanted to rework out what my maintenance calories would then be. And that puts me around to about 2,900 calories. So that technically is my maintenance calories. So I'm gonna eat at maintenance calories for a week and see how things change. Now, you might be thinking, why don't you just, stop tracking and eat 4,000, 5,000, eat big to get big, bro? There's a lot of studies that now show a bigger surplus will result in more and premature fat gain rather than more muscle gain. Plus, I have done the dirty bulk, and despite it being very fun, I looked and felt like shit. I got to my goal weight, but there was more fat than muscle, and the more fat you gain on the bulk, the longer the cut that's waiting for you at the end of it. And again, if you're cutting for a long time, you can also risk losing muscle. So for me, what works for my body optimally is to have a small lean surplus that I slowly increase as and when I gain weight, so I gain quality muscle tissue and very, very, very minimal fat. In fact, I'll put it probably here. Here's a little video of when I actually did my bulk and the condition I ended up in the end. And that was, high calories, slowly building them up, training 3 days a week. Food wasn't the best. There was a lot of boozy parties. There was 2 festivals. There was 2 holidays as well, and a lot of, going out on the weekend. So the point being is you can gain muscle and keep it very lean, but you want to make sure that your calories aren't ludicrously high for no reason. That way, with a smaller calorie surplus, you gain muscle for the majority of the year. And then when you get to a point where you think, double chin's creeping in, side boobs looking a bit big, then you can go on a miniature recomposition or a smaller length cut just to trim it back so that your default physique is now a lean, athletic looking physique. So that's kind of my theory. That's what I've done. For those of you that don't know, I started this stuff when I was 14. I'm 31 right now, and I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I got fat for no reason and didn't gain any muscle. I've done cuts and lost loads of muscle. I've done dirty bulks, crash diets. I've tried cutting out dairy and gluten. I've learned a hell of a lot and made a hell of a lot of mistakes. So I've kind of refined my coaching and my methods down to what works the best for achieving this kind of result, gaining lean mass, and then being able to keep the body fat as low as possible while still having a massive amount of flexibility with your food, diet, and training. It's not realistic to be in the gym 6 days a week if you got a normal 9 to 5 or you're busy, you've got responsibilities. It's not realistic to sustain 1,200 calories for the foreseeable until you get the results you want. And then once you do get shredded at 1,200 calories, the likelihood of you gaining back the fat once you increase the calories is quite high. So we kind of want to keep as much lean mass as possible anytime you do a cut. So that being said, the reason I'm making this video is I do just want to document my journey on YouTube. What else am I going to post, right? Yes, I play in a band. Yes, I'm into fragrances. Probably no one cares about that. So I like to document my journey. It also gives my clients a chance to see that I'm doing the exact same shit I'm getting them to do because it works. So here's my plan going forward to grow and get bigger and stronger in 2024. I'm going to be tracking my calories just as my clients would be. I'm going to aim for a healthy, lean, smaller surplus, probably around 300, 500 tops above my maintenance calories. I'm going to be training with progressive overload, slow tempo work whilst progressively increasing the weight and reps. And the training is going to be pretty basic. Solid compound movements with a variation of isolation movements. If and when something stops working, sorry about that, me blabbering on too long, my phone ran out of space. As I was saying, I'm going to be tracking my calories, keeping it lean. I'll be tracking my workouts as well. I'm focusing on basic overload metrics until they stop working, and I will adjust accordingly. I'll be weighing myself daily, taking progress photos once per week, and kind of taking you guys along for the journey in case you have not done a bulk and you want to kind of see what goes into it. And you know, I'll be completely honest why I'm doing this. It's just to show my clients that I'm doing the same shit as them. You know, if I'm saying, hey, I need you to do all these things, and they're thinking, why does it work? That's a lot to ask. I'm doing it with you. Join in, make this year the year that you finally crush your physique goals, because you only have one chance to do it, and the longer you wait, the harder it gets to do. So come along, subscribe, hit like, flick the bell, all that kind of rubbish. Oh yeah, like the video. I found out that really helps. So I should have said that at the beginning, but make sure you, or dislike, I don't give a shit, to be quite honest with you. I don't care about views. I'm just making these videos for me and my clients. So if you're a client, you're a legend, and I'm going to be showing you that I'm doing the same work as you. And if you're not a client, if you want to become a client, hit whatever links are in the bio, bruv, or follow me on Instagram at Elite Transformation Project, and drop me a DM. So yeah, let's have a good one, man. I'm stoked for this. This is going to be a good bulk, mate. It's going to be very nice.